Okay, quick video. This is gonna be the last time I'm gonna beat this dead horse. Probably gonna be the last time. I might get mad and make some more shit. But real quick, I want to read you what I wrote to this sorry motherfucker, Bill. Not that it matters. This is what I first wrote to his sorry ass. First, you are a coward and a liar, Bill. You saw I went live with Steve Hoka last week, and now you gotta respond and paint me as a villain. A man would call and confront me with a legitimate problem if you had one, but you don't. A coward makes a little one-sided video. You gonna admit that you're a pedophile, Bill? You saying saying certain races are smart or stupid is racism. Even whites are medium intelligence. So this was the straw man that Bill was trying to do to paint Warren, his this recently deceased mental midget friend there. Bill's in mourning right now for his sorry ass friend. So he's got to sit there and lie on me. See, that's what you cannot fix these old white men. I don't even trust old white men. When I see a white man that's got gray hair and shit like that, I know that he probably has seen his life, black men swinging from trees in his own personal life, or he remember when his daddy told him, "Yeah, I, I shot two niggers last night and I enjoyed it." So that's what we're dealing with here. So I mean, more can I say? And I just want to get this off my chest. This is my last time addressing this. He's in mourning because Warren, this is mentally, if you don't know who the characters are or the people are in this little fake situation that shouldn't even be, Bill shouldn't even have a problem with me, but this whole situation. So Bill, the so-called founder of TFL movement, me and him have been corresponding since 2020. He stopped calling me in 2024 because he felt I did some great offense because his booty buddy Warren, was exposing him as a racist to Bill in question. Okay, so Bill feels himself as this little leader. He claims the FBI is after him. That's a lie. Why would the FBI be after his sorry ass? He's not done anything. Okay, so he exposed the dating scene has been corrupted by the powers that shouldn't be. So what? He's still not a threat. He's sitting there fighting. He ain't fighting the powers that be. He had some dumbass in the comments saying that he's fighting, exposing Illuminati. He's not exposed no Illuminati. Bill is not exposed no Illuminati. He's working with the Illuminati, whether directly or indirectly. And that's a complete fool if he's working indirectly. He's not even getting paid by these evil fuckheads. So Bill is in mourning right now. So I gotta keep this straight in my head because I'm not gonna play. I'm playing more of Bill's dumbass video. It's so pathetic. I don't even want to play this shit. It's such a bunch of lies. But basically, you have Bill. Then Bill was good friends with Warren. Warren took his own life in early July. Warren was a severely mentally handicapped man living with his mother, never worked a job, never been on his own, never earned his own way in life. Okay, he lived with his mom the whole entire time. Then then he turned around, and then Warren was a paranoid, like not paranoid, and how he read all these conspiratorial books. Some had some truth in them. Probably maybe it was like 60-40 truth to them. These conspiracy books he read. He got all paranoid. He turns around and he's basically came up with this idea last year. Me and Bill were laughing about it. Bill told me in a phone call. I just plays it to myself, but you won't hear if I play it. But he was telling me that this was late. This was early this year. Or this was like January of this year. January. It was like the New Year's Day. Bill called me and was talking about how Warren wants to turn in his little 22 long rifle to his local police department there in Raleigh. And we were laughing. Me and Bill were both laughing, gut busting laughing about how stupid of idea that is. So then, because Warren was so afraid that they're going to come looking for weapons and stuff like that, they're not going to do that in the South. Okay, they're not probably going to set up a checkpoint in the South. They're probably just going to let us kill each other anyway if they ever did anything like that. So, so it's so silly. So That's how stupid Warren was. So he got so paranoid in his own mind because Warren didn't know how to drive, didn't know how to balance a checkbook, doesn't know how to hold a job, doesn't know how to open a bank account. All these basic, even though we live in this evil system, and Bill always calls the money the tool, he doesn't know how to live on his own, do any type of adult activities in this corrupt world, right? So Warren basically felt like a dumb loser, and Warren was the type of person that not only would he put black people down to make himself feel better, he also would lie and say that he had actually had dated a girl before or something. I don't forget what the living lie was, whether he bought a prostitute in the past. No, I think he said both. He said he had bought a prostitute in the past and he has dated before. Warren was a male that never engaged with sex with a female. Not that that matters. I mean, in the day, but that it bothered Warren that he never engaged with a female before in his life. So that bothered Warren. So Warren sat there and was insecure about that. He would lie and make up these stories. He lied to my face about it, like, "Oh yeah, I've dated a girl before. I've been on my own." Just make up lies and feel like more like he's better off and things like that. So basically, that's all that happened. So then Warren would sit there and lie, and he lied to my face about it. So then he so I met him in person twice, and his mom's he in living in his mom's garage like that. So when I said this guy's a loser, this guy's going nowhere. So I eventually left him alone. Didn't talk to him no more. He didn't even have his own cell phone. His mom would listen on the landline when I would call him, right, every blue moon. And I said, I'm gonna leave this guy alone. So that was summer last year. So then I turn around and then I come see Bill goes live back in July and says Warren's dead and is all sad and has tears in his eyes and tears in his throats and I'm like, wow, Warren was because Warren looked up to Bill and Bill loved Warren because Warren was a mentally retarded loser that looked up to Bill, and Warren had no other figure to look up to. His father wasn't in his life. His brothers were just losers that worked at Walmart. And I think Warren was a military fan. He was mentally handicapped, so he couldn't go into the military, even though his mama put on his funeral photo that he was in the military. Let me pull that up. Go show you this is pathetic. So this is Warren's funeral photo. This is Warren in high school in the funeral photo. I mean, that she put this up when he died. He was never in the military. He just, and this is another veteran with me, and we're talking about this. It looks like he was never in the military. He just looks. His mother put this up here. So that's what. Oops, I didn't share the screen. So this is Warren's photo right here. He's dead, so it don't matter. But hey, Bill gets mad. Might get mad at me for putting this out here. But yeah, this sorry motherfucker committed suicide about just a little over a month ago. So that's what that's what Warren's in, and that's what Bill is in mourning about Warren. That Warren is committed suicide. So that's all is going on. Warren committed suicide, and that's what's got Bill upset, is that Warren committed suicide recently. So and then Dwayne, the third character who I know, Dwayne was one of Bill's lackeys in the early days when he founded TFL. So Dwayne helped Bill found TFL on this shit. But eventually, I never keep on saying I'm going to do it, but I'm eventually going to find. It's a lot of I got to go through a lot of phone calls, but I might have not caught that, and I'd be damn if that's what the case. But Bill did say some weird, freaky stuff like Jim Gunn. I'm going to expose that eventually. If I have it, I'm going to eventually expose that. But it takes time to sift through all these phone calls and find it. But, it's just sad and pathetic when these old racist white men want to, take out their aggression on someone just because of the darker person. Now, yeah, Bill works had a lackey. Now, Dwayne's is a mix, like I've said in my last podcast about it. Dwayne's a mixed race guy, and he's morbidly obese. He was big back in the day, but now he's so damn big, he's like 600 pounds. He's bedridden and always saying he's gonna lose weight, he's gonna lose weight, he's gonna do this and that and then the third. That man don't go to the gym. That man don't watch what he eat. That man overeats. That man eat probably 5 to 10 times what I eat a day. So that man is like 600 pounds. So he is one, but he helped Bill back in the day. Bill can't spell worth shit. Hey, what's up? What's up, John? Yeah, man. And I just, and that's what, when I went on Steve, man, I've known Steve. First time I spoke to Steve was like all the way back in 2018. Oh, yeah, man, you do your thing. Okay. You go to sleep. Okay. But I first met Steve back in 20. I'm about to go to bed myself. But yeah, first talked to Steve all the way back in 2018 before I even joined the military. And then we talked briefly over Skype or some shit. We were talking about how messed up dating was. But one thing about Steve, he went viral those years ago about the pussy renaissance coming to an end, but it never came to an end. Now did it? But yeah, it's I went on Steve, and Bill saw me go on Steve and got mad, and then he made this hit piece on me recently. So that's why I've been mad and angry, because Bill made a 25-minute long video about me saying I'm a bad person. Now he rambled and ran. See, I concisely just told y'all what I'm accusing Bill of. He's a liar. He's going there and is upset about he's really deeply upset about Warren taking his own life in July, but yet he's going to use me as a scapegoat. Now he stopped talking to me back randomly back in January, and when him and Warren started talking again. But I don't need his sorry ass. That's when I moved back to Florida. I didn't need him. I moved states. I moved, from where I was lived previously down to Florida. Now, I was in North Carolina. That's why I was near Warren. I'm not gonna get people can and Bill is not smart enough to track me down and find my and dox me any damn way. And so, but yeah, basically, Bill was saying all this stuff. He was like, he one time was saying that we were gonna meet in person or some shit. I was wary of that because I don't really, you can't really trust these guys on the internet. All these guys are agents, or a lot of these guys, and whether they're agents or not, they're not who they say they are. A lot of these guys are closeted white supremacist racists. A lot of these guys are into weird kid touchers and stuff like that on some weirdo shit, and they'll pretend to be normal. But Bill, you gotta question Bill. What's his angle? He said he gets divorced by his wife and then moves her back in. Is he really a truly a who he says he is, that he's for men's rights and he's about exposing the truly men that are truly forced to be lonely and stuff like that? And that's what I'm trying to say. Yeah, it goes deep, man. Goes deep. So Bill, I first spoke to Bill, I think it was either 2020 and 2021, and we had spoken all that time. We had spoken every 2 months, all that time. And this guy was, a whole entire time, was just an agent. And he is in mourning of this guy, Warren, who took his own life. And I met this guy in person. This guy was a little dude that was mentally handicapped, but still like this down south, mentally. He had a speech impediment, and he was like a redneck with all these misguided thoughts about different races, like especially black people, black American men like me. So he's like, yeah, he it was kind of sad and pathetic that would say those type of things, but that's who Warren was. That's why I stopped talking to Warren. I didn't feel comfortable in his house. I only went to his house twice because we did have some interesting conversations, but I could tell Warren was like, his mental handicap made it where he wasn't a deep thinker, and that he was only some base level. And we've all met people like that. If you're if you're a conscious person and you're aware of the conspiracies and all the shit going on, we met people that are just not quite, their brain can't quite turn over. Like they're like a bad car engine that can't quite crank over and turn over and get to that next level and wake up to everything going on here. So that's what's going on. So basically, that's what's going on. And I don't know if you're the John that Bill was talking about. He knows enough. So there's so many people named John. I don't know if that Bill mentioned somebody named John in his hit piece on me, and I don't know because Bill goes off on tangents. He can't even say it's like. Remember, I've said at one point, I'm just explaining the situation, and I've only been on air like right now for 15 minutes, but I've kind of explained the situation and explained, kind of trying to explain in a concise way what's going on. Like Bill's all over the place. Yeah, I didn't think you were that John. You're a different John. Anyway, so yeah, but basically, Bill is basically trying to lash out against me because he's upset about Warren dying, killing himself back in early July. So that's what he's really upset about. And remember, him and Warren and Bill have been friends for like they never met in person because Bill he'll says his stupid broke ass in Iowa, and then Mr. Mentally Handicapped Warren he stayed in North Carolina and never can't even drive, and his mom would have to fly him when he goes see his daddy in Florida. His mom will pay for the plane ticket. So yeah, that's who Warren was. Warren's a mentally handicapped guy who was JROTC as a kid. His mental handicap kept him. I mean, he's too dumb to join though. I'm sorry to laugh at a dead man, but the guy was. I mean, he was a pathetic racist. So I mean, I can't really feel sorry for the guy. But it's one thing if you were mentally handicapped and you were humble, you weren't a racist, you didn't come out with these racist ideologies, and you are a good person like Forrest Gump or something. But that is even though he's a fictional character, I'm just using him as an example. But if you're a racist and you're a handicapped like Forrest Gump and you're trying to talk all this this racist shit, that's crazy. So that's the problem I had with Warren. So now Bill's in warning of Warren, and Bill's lashing out against me. Look at this video. Let's show my screen real quick. He made a 23-minute video about little old me, and only got 167 views, and he's got 1,000, and he's got 1.2K subscribers. He made this whole hit piece on me. And look at the guy. He looks like a straight weirdo. I mean, you can't always judge a book by its cover, but the guy looks like a straight weirdo. My last TFL video, won't be making more videos. Enjoy. Yeah, he won't be making any more videos until I expose Warren as the mentally handicapped guy he is or was. Then he comes out of retirement swinging for the fences, and he won't respond. Look at him. He won't respond. His fans will, thumb up his bullshit, but I've gotten on his channel. I've gotten 2 thumbs up. I've got one from me, or I've thumbed it up, and then someone else thumbed it up. Thumbs up matter. It just shows you that people are not buying his bullshit. Bill rants and moans about stupid shit, and it goes on and on and on. So I'm gonna wrap this shit up. I'm sick of talking about this shit now. I'm gonna wrap this shit up, and and just basically move on because I'm gonna go ghost. I'm gonna go ghost here soon and delete this channel. So y'all better enjoy the drama now because it's about to go away for good. So I'm sick of this shit. I'm gonna go back to my other channel that's has my name on it, YouTube channel, and that's it. I'm not, I don't have time for beefing and stuff, shit like that. So that's that. So that's it. I think no one's watching me right now anyway. Let people watch it later. So basically, it was a quick little live stream. Said what I had to say, and oh yeah, and one little announcement here. I was playing Helldivers, and I met a guy, a redneck, that would say, "I'm sick of the woke agenda too," and I'm like, "Yeah, you damn." He called himself woke. But he says, "I'm old school woke," and then I said, he says, if you're FAG and you like a COCK, you can just go ahead and leave. And two people left. It was just so funny how now all these little weirdos, and he was one to defend. No, it's like these. It's mainly these European dudes are just straight weirdos. And I meet so many. And I met one from California. Straight, he was like a trans or whatever. It was like he grew fake breasts or hormones and shit. It's like these guys are pathetic. Like, what is wrong with you? People are not, normal people do not want to accept that shit. I mean, go do that shit somewhere else. Why do we have to know that you're into something weird like that? Okay, like, and then even the military, I had two openly. Well, one just got caught being. Had a guy from Africa that was just caught uh, being yagged out. That's a Dwayne McClain. If you don't spell yag backwards, you'll get what I'm talking about. We had an African that do that caught being with a trans person. On this track, the Mexican looked like young George Lopez, and then we had a damn. Then I had a guy flaming black guy from Atlanta flaming. If you don't know what that means, look it up. But anyway, so it's just I'm so sick of that. Yeah, they ruin it. They come after Bogart everything. Every damn major corporation has to turn rainbow in June. Is pathetic. So I'm just sick of this shit. But anyway, that was just a quick rant. I just want to throw that rant, ended with that rant real quick. But anyway, that's all I gotta say. Peace out.